this is part 2 of how to do a diabetic setup. This paper, the plan of service, you should already have filled out. The last thing that you have to do is send it to the doctor's office. The doctor has to sign it there. You're also going to send to the doctor the statement of certifying physician, also known as a detailed written order. On this piece of paper, the employee needs to fill out everything that they can. That way the doctor doesn't have so much to do, and it's easier for them. So you got to fill out the patient information. The HCIN number is their Medicare number or Medicaid number. Doctor's information, the effective date, that is the date that you date the intake for. Diagnosis information, if you know the diagnosis, check it. If not, then the doctor, star it or something so the doctor can fill that part out. Blood glucose meter supplies, you're going to check what all supplies that you're giving and what brand, write out the brand that you gave them. These 2 questions are really important and they get missed a lot, so pay attention to these. Is patient injecting insulin? Yes or no? Is patient capable of using monitor at home? Always yes, and you mark that. Patients being prescribed to test their sugar levels at home, how many times a day? So check however much the doctor said. Here, if they're testing at a higher frequency, which is going to be if they are Medicare, Medicare will pay for them to test 1 time a day, not injecting. If they are injecting, Medicare will pay for them to test 3 times a day. So if they are testing any more than once a day or 3 times a day, then the doctor has to fill out this section. They've got to have the date last seen by the doctor and then the reason why. So make sure you put stars by that so that they can see that. And then the doctor has to sign here and date it. And you can fax this and the plan of service at the same time. Now, your Medicaid quantities on how many strips and stuff they can get, Medicaid will pay for the patient to test 3 times a day, whether they're injecting insulin or not injecting insulin. If they are doing over 3 times a day, then that requires a prior authorization, and you can call me and ask me how to help you do that. It'll take too long on here. So just remember, on Medicare, if they are injecting insulin, Medicare will pay for them to test 3 times a day. If they have to do more than that, then that's going to require the patient to keep a logbook, and they have to test 4 times a day. They have to test 4 times a day, no matter what. Write that down in their logbook, and that logbook has to be brought in to the pharmacy for you guys to make copies of, to keep in their chart in case you get audited. So those are very important, so make sure that if you do have a patient doing extra testing that you get their logbook. Okay, next, this is going to be for the person that's in charge of sending the Medicare report to the billing office. I'm going to show you how to figure your 20% and everything. You should have the allowable DME codes with allowables. These 2 papers, there's one for Medicare and one for Medicaid. And you'll need that to fill out this section here on your intakes. First, you're going to start with your HCPCS code, which is they are all listed over here on the left-hand side. So we're going to do a diabetic testing monitor, and so the code is E0607. And the supplier charge is also the submitted price. The allowable is this Medicare allowable or Medicaid allowable. What you're going to do is supplier charge is going to be $77.18. Medicare allowable is going to be $71.77. So you're going to take your allowable and times it by 0.2 to get the 20%, which gives you $14.35. And on the strips, we're giving them a quantity, so you're going to multiply your $37.82 times 2 and on the allowable, you'll multiply that times 0.2 to get your 20%. Now, on Medicaid patients, you don't have to find the 20%. You will automatically put zeros over here in the amount due because the patient is not going to have to pay anything for those. So if you have a patient that has Medicare and Medicaid, your amount due is going to be 0. If they have a secondary insurance, if it's like Medicare and Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you're going to have to fill out the 20%. And that's what their secondary insurance, if they have it, would pay for. Otherwise, that's the patient's responsibility. And now I'm going to show you where to find your lot numbers and expiration dates. On your test strips, it's located on the back of the box. And your Lancets, the lot number, it's located here on the back. And then on your testing monitor, this one actually has the lot number here on the side, along with an expiration date, but usually, I don't know why I don't have another monitor, but usually the serial number is going to be right on the back of the monitor. It has a little sticker on there that says it. And you'll need lot and serial numbers to record in your lot and tracking number for ACHC.